Hey fish heads, welcome to tonight's show. I'm your host Craig Burwell. Tonight we have Breslin from Breezy Bombers. Then we have Rick Roberts from Blaine Creek Customs. And then we're going to finish up with Cortland Williams from T-Zack Rods. Stay tuned. Let's get into it.
Hi, this is Dave Hoheisel, owner of the National Fishing Expos. I'd like to invite you to the new Miller Tech National Fishing Expos Tackle and Tip Show hosted by Craig Burwell.
Hey everyone, we are joined now by Breslin with Breezy Bombers. Breslin, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good holiday for you?
It was great. Couldn't complain.
That's awesome. So now we're going to get started. So I want to know the backstory of Breezy Bomber.
So the backstory to Breezy Bombers, I started it when I was like the late 7th grade. So I was like 14 years old. I had an interest in bass fishing, and Yum stopped selling the color that I had really liked. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make it myself. And so I took a trip to Cleveland and bought some of like the materials that I needed. You know, I had saved up money for a while because I'd been looking into making the lures myself for a while. And so I took a trip to Cleveland to Lure Net, I think. No, Jan's Netcraft.
Jan's Netcraft. Okay.
Jan's Netcraft. And I bought the stuff I needed and started making the colors that I wanted and some of the colors I'd never seen before. And so then my stepdad started using them, and he like absolutely loved them. And then his buddies were like, "Hey, where'd you get that color? I've never seen that before." And they started using them, and they like just a bunch of people started using them. So I was like, "Hey, I might as well try and sell them." And so I started selling them, and it really just started going pretty well after I started selling them. And then 2022, actually, I went to the Columbus Expo with 30 bags. I wasn't set up or anything. I had 30 bags of baits that I had made, and I didn't have a price on any of them. I was just there to hand them out and kind of get my name out a little bit because I was still very, very shallow, and no one really knew who I was. So I went up to Brian Latimer, and I was like, "Hi, I'm 15 years old. My name's Breslin. I make all these lures. You know, what do you think about them?" And he really, really liked them. And so then he posted me on his Instagram and, kind of did a story with me, and it blew up. And so since then, like, I've just been doing Breezy Bombers. So now I'm a junior in high school, 17 years old, and this will be my second year setting up the National Expos.
Man, that is awesome. Congratulations. It's cool to see someone actually be a success at such a young age. That is awesome. B-Lat, big, huge shout out. Dude's awesome. That is awesome. So guys, if you're out there listening, take the time. Seriously, it goes a long way. So tell us a little bit about the product. So what do you all have?
So I have a variety of stuff. I have 4 5.25-inch Senkos. I have two different styles of crawls. I have one with like a curly tail. So it's got like the claws, and then it has like a curly tail.
Like a brush hog sort of, or?
Kind of. It's really unique. I've never seen anything like it till I bought the mold. And then I have grubs, and then I just started getting into crappie baits. And so I have 4 different styles of crappie baits that I sell, and I do boxes. So you get 175 baits for $25.
Wow.
You get a plastic box, different colors. But I do a bunch of custom colors, and if you need color matching or any of that kind of stuff, like that is pretty much why I started my business, is so that people who didn't have the colors that they really wanted, that they could come to me and they could get the colors that they wanted.
That is awesome. So it looks like you offer quite a bit. Now, what deals are you going to have at the shows?
So at the shows, all of my bags are $5. But if you buy 5, you can get them all for $20.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to have my create your own crappie boxes. So you get a box and 175 crappie baits for $25, and you get to choose, and I'll have a bunch of baits there, a bunch of different colors. You get to choose what baits you want in each box. And so if you want specifically chartreuse, specifically pink, you want specifically any different colors, you get to choose what you put in the box and what you don't put in the box.
That's awesome. So, guys, if you're listening, stop by the Breezy Bomber booth. Check it out. The colors are super cool. I've seen a few baits, and they're definitely something that is a little bit different. So with all that, where can they find you to actually purchase the baits before the show?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Breezy Bombers, and then you can also go online, and I have a website. It's breezybombers.com, so I'll be on there as well.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see you at the show. Thanks for being on. Guys, stop by the booth, check it out. Pretty cool colors. I promise you, colors you haven't seen. So thanks again. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hey guys, that was Breslin from Breezy Bombers. Up next, we got Rick Roberts from Blaine Creek Custom. But first, here's a message from our sponsors. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are with Rick Roberts now from Blaine Creek Customs. Rick, how are you?
I'm doing great. About yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for being on today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, to start off, we want a little backstory. Give us a little backstory of how you got started.
Okay, well, I've tournament fished for many, many years, using the same lures that everybody else was using, and I wanted to do something different. So I would take and customize my lures to the way I wanted them, and done very well at it. And as they say, the rest is history. I've been doing this since 1980. Like I said, didn't really like what I was seeing in the stores because every other angler I was competing against was using the same thing. And so it just kind of evolved from there.
Okay, so what are some of the products that you offer? I did see some baits and some rods actually too. So what do you offer?
Yes, so as far as my baits go, I can assure you that all of my crankbaits, stuff like that, you can't go to any big box sporting goods store and buy. They're all unique. Every one of them that I make, I have actually used all the time. I make plastics, spinner baits, flipping jigs, buzz baits, plastics. All of my plastics, I make over 35 different types of plastics. Like I said, just started out, and it's kind of grown into a monster of its own, so to speak.
Yeah. So what kind of rods are you offering?
So I offer any of the manufacturers that's out there. I actually build on their blanks. Again, you won't go to any big box sporting goods store and find my blanks. They're all built to the customer. They are all custom. To start out, I'll find out what the customer, what the species they're going for, whether they want a casting or a spinning, inshore, offshore. I'll gather all the information, and then the next thing I do is I measure their arm from their wrist joint to their elbow, and I custom fit that rod to that individual. Now, other people can use it, but the rod is made for them. Their thread colors, whatever type of grip they want, whether it's cork, EVA, carbon. Probably one of the most unique things I found doing this is everybody wants their name on something that they own. So every rod I make, it's got for the customer, it's got custom built for their name. And then on every rod that I make, on the bottom, it's got the year it was made in. And I can take it to a further step. And I've actually made a couple that I have put their kids' ashes inside the rod. So being custom, you can do pretty much anything you want.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I imagine that's pretty humbling where somebody's willing to give you ashes to put in the end of a rod. I mean, that's cool. I've never heard of anybody doing that. So what are the deals are you going to have at the shows on the rods and your baits? So start with the baits.
So, as far as the my lures and stuff like that is, the deal's going to be buy 3 at a time and get a discount on the price. As far as rods goes, I will have a special going on now. I haven't got all that nailed down yet. I hate to say this, but as every time I turn around, I'm getting an email from my vendors and my suppliers that they're raising all of my components and about afraid to quote a price. To be upfront and honest with you. But I am going to have some deals. Also offer rod repair, real repair. Right now, I do have, because I advertise on Yelp, that if someone finds us on Yelp and reaches out, I do have a 20% offer for that individual on a rod, lures, whatever it might be. But at show, I will have a couple of other offers as well. And from the non-custom side of my rods, I also sell branded rods. So it's got our logo on it. They're already pre-made, but they're built on the same some of the same blanks that I build the custom rods on. It's just they're not fit to the customer.
Well, dang, that's a lot. So if they wanted a rod or a rod fix, you did mention Yelp, or some baits, or look at what you offer, where can they find it?
They can find me at Blaine Creek Custom Lures and Rods.com. That is our website. I have over 42 pages of everything we offer and adding stuff constantly. And if they go to the website, there is a pop-up that'll pop up that they can sign up, enter their email address, and then as I add new stuff, promotion, sell, stuff like that throughout the year, they will be made aware of it to where they can be the first to get it.
Wow. All right. Well, Rick, we appreciate you being on. I'm going to stop by the booth and check out the rods. Actually, I'm going to send my father there too because he's a little short guy and he's into the big swim baits now. And he says these butt sections are so big, and so I'm going to send him down to you. So thanks for being on, sir. We appreciate it, and have a good day.
Thank you, and you as well. I look forward to meeting him.
Hey guys, that was Rick Roberts from Blaine Creek Custom. Stay tuned. We're going to finish up with Cortland Williams from T-Zack Rods. You won't want to miss it. All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. Now we are joined with Cortland Williams from T-Zack Rods. Cortland, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so sounds like you started a new business adventure. Give us the backstory of how T-Zack Rod got started to start off.
Yeah, so they've been manufacturing rods for just about everybody for the last 27 years. Been rolling blanks and building materials, doing all the science behind the actual blanks of rods and everything for just about everybody for the last 27 years. And then over the last year, they decided to actually manufacture their own rods, take their own patents and their own technology and build their own blanks of rods. And wanted to bring that technology to the U.S., bring all those technologies and put all that into their own series and be able to bring those directly to their consumer at a cheaper price.
All right, that's awesome. Now, can you go over a little bit of the product? What are you guys offering?
Yeah, so we go from 30 ton all the way up to unheard 46 ton. A lot of people haven't even know that that's actually a tonnage. So it's actually a tonnage inside of a 40 ton. It's a four weave blank, but we go all the way to a 46 ton. Only other blank that's on the market like that is in a Megabass blank, we have Fuji guides and Fuji reel seats and the highest end stuff on our blanks. Yeah, so
explain a little bit to the viewers on the tonnage. So when they're buying I was one of those guys. I actually messaged Cortland, didn't I?
You did.
I did. And I said, 46 ton, does this even exist? And what is the what do I want to say? The main purpose behind that. Why do you want that higher tonnage?
So tonnage basically means sensitivity to strength. So basically, the higher the ton means the more strength it has versus the weight is basically how it breaks down. So the lower tonnage means it weighs more and it has more strength versus, so it's a balancing wheel, if like almost like a teeter-totter type of situation. It's very hard to describe, but lower ton means it weighs more and it's harder to break, versus the higher ton means it weighs less and it's so there's a teeter-totter effect type of there. So it's hard to describe, but usually a person wants a higher tonnage rod because it's a lighter rod. And then if you put the weave in there, you want a good amount of weaves with a higher tonnage of rods. If you get too many weaves, then the rod starts getting heavier again. But usually you want to find a mixture of weave towards tonnage and things like that. So when you get into a very high end rod, when you start talking 3 weave and 4 weave with a high ton rod, you're really usually talking around $1,000 or $1,200 rod. It's usually what you're talking about. And with us, it's a $400 rod, $300 rod. Now
you guys do have an entry series rod too, so you're offering 3 different series.
Correct. Yeah. So we started January 1st, just launched in the U.S. January 1st, and we have a $100 rod, $200 rod, and then a $300 rod. So we go from we call it the starter. So over in China and Japan, they're very literal with what they say, and over with the JDM stuff, so they go starter, classic, and then the supreme. So it's exactly what they do. It's their starter line. And when they say that over here in America world, we think, oh, that's the low end stuff. There's nothing low end. If you put our starter rod into it, it's basically over here, it would be almost a $200 rod. If you put it comparable to other stuff we have here in our world, in our lineup, it's a $100 rod. So, $99 is what we start at. At the show there, definitely come put it in their hand. We were just at a show last week, and everybody that put our starter rod in their hand couldn't believe how light it was. They were walking around putting other rods in their hand that were $120, $130 and trying to compare it, and they honestly just couldn't. The only real difference in our starter rod versus our classic rod is just the guides and the hardware on it. You go from Fuji with Fuji guides down to a stainless steel guide, which is very still good hardware. It's just not the same quality.
Wow, you guys did a lot. Now someone's at the show and they want to check out one of the rods. What deals do you have going on at the shows?
So
at the Columbus show.
Not every show, but at the Columbus show, what we're gonna do is every rod gets a free apparel. So we're gonna have the swag there. We're gonna have free hats with rod purchases, things like that. But if you buy 3 rods, we're gonna have specials, the hoodies. You're gonna get a free swag kit with your stuff, things like that. And then we're also gonna have guys joining the teams right there on the spot. Our thing is we're not going to sell anything. We're not those guys that are going to say, put it up to your Adam's apple and feel the sensitivity. We're not those guys. We literally say, put it in your hand, feel the difference. That's literally our motive. Feel the difference. Come over to the splash pad. If you haven't got to one of our shows, our first show is starting out now, but get over to the booth. We got the splash pad. Our biggest section in our booth is the splash pad. We got our demo boat there. Get on there, feel the difference in the rod, and come on, check us out, guys. Get on, demo the rods. Any rod in our series, you can get on the boat and demo it out. Check it out. The biggest difference with us, and this is where we really make the biggest difference. There's no middleman here. We are the manufacturer. We go from the manufacturer straight to me, the warehouse right behind me. So we are going to continue to develop and specialize in what we do. So right now we're working with our northern guys with developing a smallmouth line. So I know we're going to be doing with some like 7.6s, with like the medium light spinning rods, because those guys are bigger into like the hair jigs and wanting a lot of those specialty
Spy
things.
baits.
Spy baiting, things like that, versus like the Ozark realm. They want a real short dock flipping rod. They want like a 6 and 7 flipping rod and things like that. So we're going to start specializing in a lot of those things, where a lot of companies can't do that because they have to go through so many channels to be able to do that. So those are the big differences that you guys are going to start seeing with us here as T-Zack, to be honest with you. But get over to us, guys. We're going to have a lot of specials at the shows. I know every show is going to be a little bit different, but at the Columbus show, we're going to have so much stock there. Definitely check us out, guys. Definitely, we're going to have, I know, 3 rod special. You buy 3 rods, you'll probably get like $20 off, things like that. So definitely check us out. Lots of specials coming to the Columbus show. Yeah, we're excited to see you guys.
Cool. And that's another thing. I want to bring it up. You said get to the shows. If you can't get to the show, say you're not from Ohio and you're seeing this, Cortland is fishing the NPFL. So you will be at, Logan Martin in different areas. So get with Cortland. Cortland, where could they message you? Where can they find T-Zack rods right now if they were interested to do some research on it?
Yeah, so you guys can go to T-Zack.com. You guys can find us on there. As well, social media, you can always message me on CW_fishing on Instagram. I'm on Cortland Williams on Facebook. I'm also Cortland Williams Fishing on Facebook. I'm not hard to find, guys. Cortland Williams just about everywhere. You can find me pretty easily.
Heck
for
yeah.
sure.
Heck yeah, you do pretty good with your marketing. I do see a lot of it. So, man, thanks for being on. We appreciate your time, guys. Cortland Williams, T-Zack Rods, Columbus Fishing Show. Guys, pretty cool rods. Like I said, I messaged him. I didn't know 46 ton was available. So check him out. Guys, Cortland, thanks, man. I appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Cortland, thanks for being on. Guys, that was Cortland Williams with T-Zack Rods, and that is a wrap for tonight's show. If you're interested in becoming a vendor or just coming to the show, go to the nationalfishingexpos.com and get your tickets now. Guys, gals, like I always say, until next time, good fishing. I'm out.